off. Oh, we were doing Sam's route. That's what we were doing. Because we cried a bunch about Diana's route. Oh yeah, speaking of Diana and cute things, there is a new member of our family on top of the TV today. This is our little sheep doge. He is now part of our little family on the TV. His name is Furston. You know, we need to name you something that's not that. So this is our sheep doge, and he sits on top of the TV along with Turt Reynolds and Safety Shark and Pikachu. Yes, there's a Pikachu on top of my TV, but that's a tiny Pikachu. So we need to find a name for him, because he's going to keep us company while we do our thing. Oh shit, he's gonna fall. Don't fall. There we go. Stay. Name them Fluffy. I think that would be so cool. I think so. That's why I put him up there. I think I might change out every so often with other people. All right, loaded. I don't remember where we left off in this game. Oh, we were here. I don't remember what we did. I would summarize it for you guys if I knew what we did. Anyway. Continuing on with everything that has just happened. Let me just move this down. There. Sato seemed skilled enough to train me. He was Diana's right hand after all, and he was the only one who apparently stopped the Demon Lord from getting his hands on me. I at least had to give it a shot. I don't know what we're doing. Sarah nodded and looked at Diana, who crossed her arms.
Very well. You've made a good choice, I assure you.
I hope so, because he was a dick to me back in your route, so I better have made a good choice. With that, Diana turned on her heel and left the room.
Finish eating. Afterwards, you should start training.
Okay. Okay, bae. Oh, Sam's shirtless. Why does Damien look depressed? He looks like he's dead inside. Oh, poor Damien. He's so dead inside. Like me. Everyone in the room nodded their affirmation as Diana and Sarah left.
Well, it looks like we'll be busy for the next couple of days.
This'll be fun.
I'm sure.
Man, training's gonna suck.
Okay, Matthew.
It'll be worth it, though.
No, Jonah.
Damien's right.
No, Eric. I like how like everyone's just naming everybody. Well, you're in a war, wouldn't you be depressed? Yes. I'm sure I would. But we haven't started the war yet. Like, we just got here. Technically, we just got. Also, ignore my dirty ass arm. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but that's a bunch of dirt from work. And I didn't want to actually do anything. So, anyway, as we finished eating, everyone left to either train or do things on their own. I left to start my own work, determined to prepare for what was to come. I'm a human. I can die just with like somebody looking at me. Like that's just how shit works. The Demon Lord wasn't going to win. I wouldn't let him. I chose to train with Seto. He seemed to be very skilled, so I trusted him to train me to the best of his ability. I don't want to be a silent observer in this war. I would pull my weight. But you were a silent observer when Diana was killing all the people. So, who's really the overseer? Sarah brought me to the Grand Hall, which he had apparently claimed as his personal training grounds, as Sergeant had used the official grounds for the army. Personal training grounds?
When I train my lady, I bring her here. That way she is not seen by the army.
Yeah, okay. Why would her being seen by the army be an issue? Because she's so damn sexy.
It's not a matter of it being an issue. We simply choose to train together alone.
Ooh, I know what that means. What? Okay. I nodded. If Diana had her reasons, that was enough for me. She tried to steal your man. And you're just like, oh, okay, this is it. 2 years later. Seto nodded in return before holding his hand out to his side.
Now, do you have a preferred weapon of choice? Choose wisely. You need to focus and master one weapon if you wish to benefit from this training. I won't allow you to change your mind later.
Can I be a master of the bedroom? I mean, come on. I stared at Sarah, unsure of why he would ask me that. However, I closed my eyes and thought for a moment there was a couple weapons I could think of. I thought of a gun, but what if human guns were powerless here? They are, probably. I also ignore that sound, that was my TV. After all, demons had magic on their side. If they were powerful enough, maybe even speeding bullet could be blocked with ease. I sighed and thought of what melee weapon I could use. A spear? I already know Taekwondo. A sword surprised me. You know, he has a spear. And that's pretty cool. But a spear was never my style. So, we're gonna go with a sword. Sarah closed his, go for surprise me. Well, fuck. Sarah closed his eyes and closed his outstretched hand into a soft fist. Black and purple mist slowly formed around his hand and wrapped itself like a... Oh my god. Okay. Wrapped around itself like a spiral in the crevices between his fingers and palm. The magic elongated and formed itself into a black handle with a white, almost lavender blade stretching upward from it. Sarah walked over toward me and handed me the sword, letting me feel the light weight of it in my hand. It was almost feather-like, yet my hand knew that this was the weapon. That this was a weapon.
A very simple weapon. You should be able to learn quickly with it.
You should move your mouth when you talk. Alright. My god, why am I yawning so much? Okay. My eyes are watering. It's sad. Like the TV's not even that far away from me. Maybe like an arm's length away from me, and I still can't read that text. I'm so blind. Sarah nodded and stepped back, gripping his gold spear and going into a stance. I followed suit.
Trust your instincts. I'll go slow so you can adjust yourself to the weapon. However, I won't remain slow for long.
That's what he said. I stared at Sarah, now fully settling into what I had signed up for. Yeah, you stupid bitch. I was learning how to defend myself and possibly how to kill someone else. They're not people, they're demons. I felt a nervous shiver run up my spine before taking a breath and trying to relax my muscles. This is going to be timed, isn't it? Murder me. Sarah seemed to take my breath as my signal to prepare as he took his step back and readied himself with a stance.
Are you ready?
No. I nodded. I had asked to be trained. If I wasn't ready, then I wouldn't ever be. Sarah crouched down, gripping his spear before lunging at me, ready to skewer me on its blade. Like, fucking... whatever. Oh, dodge. This is all gonna be timed. Great. Thanks a lot, Michaela! I reflexively jumped away, avoiding the tip of his blade, and I stepped to the side. I stared wide-eyed at how far he had thrust his spear, jamming it all the way through the space I was previously in. Was he really trying to kill me? Yes. Parry. I wouldn't blame him for trying to kill you. You're stupid, kind of. But you're me, so... I guess I'm stupid. I jumped forward and swung my sword against his spear to push the blade away from me. With a loud clash, the spear was pushed to the side, leaving him open. I had him. I felt powerful as I readied to attack him. I lunged in and prepared to pierce him with my own attack. However, Sarah moved his spear across his body, blocking my attack and pushing me back. I growled at myself and not seeing the strength in his defense. As I landed, though, I saw a small smirk on Sero's face. Was he proud of me or was he mocking me? Both, probably. Either way, I used the momentum to lunge forward again, continuing our sparring match. Oh my god, it turned nighttime. Trained all day. Argue all day, making love all night. We continued to train relentlessly throughout the day. Each break we had was small, but I understood why. I only had a week to learn how to fight after all. Time wasn't on our side when it came to me learning how to fight, or at least defend myself. As we finished a sparring session, a sparring day, and slowed to take another break, I let out a sigh. I was exhausted, but I knew I had to keep going. If the incubi were going to keep training, I had to keep up as well. Sarah let out a small sigh and stretched, wiping some sweat from the side of his brow before looking at me.
Let's take a break for now.
Aren't we taking a break? Oh my god, Mika, I can see you. Mikasa, sorry, I can see you. You're online, and you're playing something. I see that. Yeah, good idea. I collapsed onto the floor on my rear and slouched over my crossed legs, thankful to no longer be on my feet. I need to slow down. I thought Taekwondo was hard, but fighting with a weapon was proving itself to be even harder. Well, yeah, never mind. I felt a little envious of people who were able to master weaponry. You'll get it soon, eventually, probably.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. For the first time holding a weapon, you did pretty well. My lady had to train for months to try and use her weapon properly.
My lady! Well, what does Diana use? I was curious about her. I'm always curious about her. I knew she had magic, but did she really need a weapon? Of course, if her energy ran out, then she'd need some sort of protection. But she has him. Sarah stared wide-eyed at me for a second before smiling softly.
She uses a saber, a curved sword. While regular straight swords are good for piercing your opponent, curved blades are made for slashing and cutting your opponent down. They're a little difficult to maneuver without in-depth training.
You know, sabers are actually, yes, they are curved like that, and they actually make very good weapons for weapon line in a band, because they're light, and you can toss them, and they sometimes do what they're supposed to do. Just saying. Sarah looked down at his hand, forming a saber with a black grip and a deep purple blade. It looked like a masterwork blade, despite it forming out of his magic. As Sarah stared at it, he smiled, brightened a bit.
A saber is much more graceful in combat than a regular sword. Anyone can wield it, but it takes a true master of the blade to use a saber properly and make a fight look like an elegant dance.
Same with guard. I was in awe. I'm not. I could see a soft shadow of adoration in his eyes as he spoke. He did really adore his mistress that... Did he really adore his mistress that much? I mean, I do. So, I don't know why he wouldn't. It's just... Why wouldn't you want to? You seem to really care for Diana. Sarah looked at me with a chuckle.
I don't just care for my lady.
You love your lady? That was obvious. Why is my character doing this? The way he spoke about her spoke volumes of his affection for her. As Sarah looked at me, a flash of realization washed over his eyes. What?
You're human, so you would understand.
Yeah. Understand what?
Love.
I'm the wrong person to ask. I stared at him, knowing the meaning of the word, but not understanding what he meant by saying it. What about love? What about love? I don't even know the rest of the words of that song. I suck.
Well,
Well, I'll go home. For a moment, Sarah looked back at me, looked back to the saber in his hand before shaking his head.
never mind. It's nothing.
It's obviously something. You obviously have feelings for Diana, and I'm obviously going to murder you in your sleep because that is my girl, and you cannot take my girl from me. TK, I can see you playing Seduce me! I can see you! Ow, my elbow. Anyway. I wanted to ask more, but a pair of footsteps echoed through the room from the door, causing me to turn around and see who it was. It's either Sam or Diana. Yes! I was right. Flex on it! I see you, TK! You're not hiding from me! Diana lightly glistened with a thin layer of sweat and wiped her brow, stepping into the room with a smile. She's covered in sweat. Like, she's naked and she's covered in sweat. I could hear Sarah's breathing hitch softly as Diana walked in. Oh my god. She did a small hair toss. I'm not gonna be able to do a hair toss soon. I'm gonna, like, just get rid of all my hair and just make I might shave my head. I did it on purpose after you called out Mika. Yeah, I'm calling out people. I mean, you can't see the notification come up because the screen. I don't think the screen records it, but it's okay. And most likely to get some cool air behind her neck before looking to her guard and my trainer.
How is training going?
Awful. You're not here.
Going fine, my lady. How are the airs?
Why'd he go? What's wrong? You see her naked all the time.
They're strong, but not strong enough. At least not yet. It will take more time to get them up to par with where they need to be for the war. They've been in the human world for too long, and they've lost their sense of real battle.
Whose routes have I played? I've only played Diana's route. This is, because I was going to play it originally for YouTube, and I just waited and waited and waited, and I was like, you know what? Why play it on YouTube when I could just play it on here and get paid for it? So, I've only completed Diana's route. I completed that on stream, and I think I got most of the endings of that one. I think I'm missing one picture. I know you've played it. I know you've, so the shorted route. They need to get good. They do need to get good. So the shorter, listen, I love Diana. Diana is my bae. Official. Hyena. Hiana. The ship, Hawk and Diana. So, yes. And I also, it was like, for me, it was the most heart-wrenching route because it pulled at my heartstrings very, very much. And I was like, oh my god. But it also had me questioning, like, Diana kept the MC in the demon world, and the MC Zakeru. Now, did you go with the threesome? Is it a threesome? Well, I made the ship name up, TK. Or T2. There's too many T's in this chat! There's only 2 T's talking and it's you two! What was I saying before I got off topic? I need my dog. Thank you for refocusing me. You can get a threesome. I didn't know that! I have to go back and get... That's probably what that missing picture is. It's probably what that is. I have to try and get that. Okay. I'll try that when I get the chance. I don't think I'll play it on stream. Actually, yeah, I will, because I'm a loser. She spoke those words. In haste, Diana looked at me and held... We need a doggo. Yes, we do. That's why I got my doggo. Safety Shark's up there, and, Turt is up there, not Bert. Turt Reynolds. And Pikachu. And a little RC car, but the RC car's not as important as doggo. Who we haven't named. In haste, Diana looked at me and held up her hand toward me as if to ask for forgiveness. For what? Trying to steal my boy?
No offense to you, of course.
Oh! It's alright. Offense is taken. It's alright. I don't care. I understood. The human world was vastly different from the demon world, of course. So the boys had become humanized and softened. Oof. They're soft. Oh my god. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Oh my god, a spider! That's not a spider. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I don't know. Anyway. It's hard getting a bad ending for Diana. Hard to get a good ending with Damien. Oh, damn it. Ugh, so true. Kill it. I don't kill the spooter. I think I named him Frank. And he just kind of hangs out. Literally. I don't even think it's a spider. I think it's a piece of dust. It's been there for like days. Kill it! Now leave it be! I leave it be. It hasn't done anything to me. And if it comes down here and it tries to attack me, at least it'll make good content. So I don't bother.
Anyway, I was just taking a break and wanted to check in. Had to make sure you didn't kill our guest, Sarah.
How soft do you think I am? Wow, Diana. I thought you loved me. Well, you don't love me in this ending, but still.
I would never!
Well, can you please? Because I don't want to go to work. Diana's laughter filled the room as Sarah's face brightened to a hot pink ting.
I'm merely joking. I trust you, Sarah. Besides, she can take care of herself.
At least I'll make good content. Hawk 2018. Where's my chatbot, first of all? What's it called? I have to add that quote. At least it makes good content. The Seduce Me is so well drawn. I'm like, that's so good. Like, it's so good. It's not fair. Anyway, continuing. Before that opens up. Diana looked to me with a nod and smile as she knew that I would be okay, at least in Sero's hands.
I'll leave you both be then. I'm sure that after we're finished training, your husband will want to replenish his energy. And it wouldn't do if you were still training here when he finishes.
Oh my god. Having met Alejandro and then doing this, it's like I can see the face and the smile and everything, and I'm like, damn. It's not fair. Hayden's a very lucky lady. Very lucky person. I don't know if she goes by certain pronouns. He, she, they. I don't want to be wrong. Quote. There. I need to edit the quote. There we go. But Sam is my least out of... at least see, I like Sam's route because... I like all the routes, but Sam's in particular, I don't know, I just kind of resonate with those kind of people because in some sort of way, I am attracted to, like, boys who are just, like, who, like, can push you around and, like, can, like, make jokes at you. Because I don't... His story... Ignore the mouse clicks in the background, yes. I don't like his personality. Because I'm... There's a lot of reasons why I was attracted to Sam in the first place. And I like his personality, and I like how he is as a character. I don't know why, because I'm usually... Like, in real life, like, there's only certain people I like that can get away with it. And, like, if you're a regular person and I don't, like, and you're trying to attract me, that's not going to work. But certain people, with that kind of personality, it attracts me, and I don't know why. And I don't know why it does, but Sam was also one of those people. Also, I can see you playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, TK. But my favorite story-wise is Damien. My favorite guy out of anybody with this tie between Sam and James. Now, if they were mixed together, boy, I would die. I mean, if they're mixed together, it would be weird, but my favorite route ever of all time, I mean, my favorite boy route obviously would be either Sam or James, but my favorite route of all time ever is Diana. And you can have Matthew. Matthew is probably Matthew's probably my least favorite route. Not my least favorite for, not for, like, in that he's bad or anything, but just, like, I just couldn't get into it. You can have him all you want. She was speaking and she'd finished that. With that, really, how come? I honestly, like, Matthew, for me, was like, no, he's mine. Oh, great. Matthew, for me, is like, I saw him as, like, a young, like, this was really weird, because I saw him as a young kid, and, like, he acts like a kid, but he wants to be a grown-up so bad. Like, I could see myself being friends with him, like, best friends, and, like, he's, like, the one friend. Like, I don't see myself being in a relationship with him in real life. And I couldn't really get into his character as much. Because it was, like... It was just, like, I don't know. I couldn't see it for myself. And I'm not really attracted to those kind of boys. But TK and Dream... You guys can fight it out for that. Do what you want. Have your fellow fight. You guys can do it. But you both can share and get the good shit. The good picks. It'll be great. Because I know I don't have to worry about you two going for Diana. So I'm grid. And with that, Diana turned and walked out of the room. Sarah and I kept our eyes on her before I looked over and at the suddenly love-struck guard. Share, possibly? Yes, share. It's a good idea to share. And his eyes were glued to the door that Diana left, almost unblinking. Let him stare for a little longer. Or let him stare for a little longer. Watch that booty. Diana's also mine. Nuh-uh. No, that's not possible. There was no harm in letting him be weird for a little while. As he stared at the door, I stretched my neck. Finally, Sarah snapped out of it and looked at me, blushing and wide-eyed.
Sorry. Where were we?
We were in the Grand Hall. Training. That's where we were. Training.
Training! Right. Let's go again.
Training! Right. Let's go again. Oh, that's perfect. It's very, very good when you get somebody who's just distracted all the time. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but it was like a mixture of two. In a complete reversal, Seduce, Matthew, James, Eric, Damien really could go either way with Sam. Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty. I love the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty, I like the booty, oh what a booty, sick in that booty, I saw the booty. I don't know the words for the rest of the song. In complete reversal, Sarah's expression hardened to a serious stare at me. I like him and I want him. I nodded, knowing that the break we had was now over. Once more we trained and continued until dinner rolled around. We could have rolls for dinner. I liked him. You liked him? Nunny. As the soft echo of dinner time bells reverberated through the halls of the castle, Sarah and I went to our separate ways. Him to his lady, and me to my bedroom. Or me to my man. Onto the room and let us aside. Today was tough. Girl, you have not even heard of the word tough. You have the easiest life. Give or take. And I could tell it was only going to get much tougher later in the week. I felt my feet slide across the floor in exhaustion, not used to this strenuous work I had to do. You don't even have a job! She doesn't even have a job! She just went to school and did what, I guess depending on what route you did, you just had a job or not. But still! I sat down on the bench in front of the fireplace. Oh, that one right there? Staring into the flames of the light, I relaxed. Sensation finally hitting my body. The warmth of the fire gave me a dull sense of calm, causing me to sigh and lean back against the bench.
You have done well, child.
I'm not a child. I'm 20 years old. Huh? You again.
Fear not. I come to observe you as you observe me.
I don't know what you look like, dumb fuck. I tilted my head. Confused. I am confusion. TBH, it stated at one point that the SM2 route she passes college. Oh, really? Cool for her. So she's already made it farther than I have. But I have more money than her, so that's the lie. I have a job, actually. An actual job. 2 jobs, if you want to count this as a job. Confused what the voice meant, I looked around and scoured the room before turning my gaze back at the fire. Within it, I could barely make out an outline of eyes, which caused me to freeze in my spot. You got a creeper. Those are some harsh eyes. What the hell? You're the fire?
I am a flame, but I am not the fire you gaze upon. I merely look through it to judge you, and the one named Maurice.
Maurice. Ow, Maurice. I'll go home. You're judging us for what?
That will be known soon. When the time is right, the one destined to take my power will be tested.
Be gone, fire thought! I stared into the fire, lost in confusion. Why were we being judged? I mean, that was literally me in high school. Why am I being judged? Was this some sort of trick by the demon lord? As I thought of that, the flame intensified slightly.
The demon lord, an evil being of this world. He is a curse plaguing this land.
She could read my thoughts. You hate the demon lord as well? Watch him say no.
He is not worthy of life, but I care not enough to rise from the darkness to rid the world of him myself.
Is this the devil? I think it's the devil. Don't spoil it if you know it. You guys probably do. What do you mean?
I have been
Become
generous
thought.
with you, child. You must now be patient.
Before I could even think to protest, the eyes hidden within the flames vanished and the voice disappeared from my mind as if it were part of a dream I had awoken from. I shook my head and rubbed my head, taking it in. I know nothing. Some sort of spirit or guardian was watching over us. Apparently, it seemed to be strong enough to defeat the demon lord himself. Was it possible? Yes. Even more so, it was going to test one of us to take its power. I think it's the devil. My mind instantly went to Sam. There was no reason for me to be the one to be tested, so it had to be him. How would he be tested, though? In his sexy. I shook my head. This was too confusion to think about right now. However, I really? I know everything. I know nothing. And I'm in between. I just know it. However, as I sat back and let my mind reorganize itself, I suddenly realized something. Where was Sam? Exactly! That's what I was wondering. I stood and walked to the door, opening it and peeking out into the hall. Sam was nowhere in sight. Why would he be lurking out the door if he knows you're in there? What the? Sam was really late in coming back. From what we discussed, he should have been back, or at least on the way. However, the distance for the training room area was not that far. I began to wander the halls, trying to find where they were. Luckily, Sam made a lot of noise.
Fuck you!
I can hear it! I mean, of course I can hear it. Sam? Oh god. What's he doing now? Is he fighting people? No fighting in the house! Making friends with this flame, trust this flame, being honest here without giving spoilers. Okay. There's a flame right there. You guys can't see what I pointed at, but you guys know what I'm looking at. I rushed toward that noise, stopping and opening the door, peering in. I gasped as I saw the war room in disarray, as everyone seemed to hug the walls, watching the chaos that was breaking in the middle of the room. Oh. Damn, he's shirtless, and damn, he fine. Is that a cut? Yeah, that has a slip. I don't know. Sam and Sarah were clashing sword to spear, with Sam's face full of rage and Sarah's expression void of any emotion. Oh my god, my life.
You're too slow. Faster!
Want me to go faster? Fine!
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Before my eyes, Sam and Sarah became barely visible shadows through the air. Their weapons clanged rapidly, almost like multiple bullets crashing at once as they arched toward one another. What is going on? The incubi and the wives moved toward the door to join me, still watching the fight.
Sam was about to leave for the night, but then that jerk-ass Sero called him a weak coward. Well, you know how Sam is. He did actually try to walk away, but then Sero said that the war was his fault, so that got this whole shitstorm started. We've been at it ever since.
Okay. Bam! Text box removed. Look at that. Look at Sam's face. Look at all this shit going on. Look at it. Is it removed for you guys? There, yes it is. Booyah! Okay, move this back. There. The hell? Sero's trying to fight people! I looked back to Sero and Sam, still unable to make either of them out as they clashed and fought. My eyes locked on Dana, seeing her lean against the far wall. He's almost naked. What I miss. Yeah. He almost looks naked. Well, he has pants on. What I miss? They're fighting, because apparently they... No, I don't know. I wasn't really listening. Diana leaned against the far wall, crossed arms. As I examined her, her eyes seemed to follow the fight almost masterfully. Well, yeah, she's a demon. Was she able to see what was happening despite their lightning speed? Why was she just watching anyways? Sam, stop! I don't want to shout. So Sam, stop it.
Keep at it, Seto. Don't let him stop.
Oh my god. The hell? I ran over to Diana despite her not taking her eyes off the fight. Why aren't you stopping this, Diana? Fine, I won't wait and watch. I trust Diana. If he dies, I'm gonna lose my shit and I'm going to scream. Still wasn't understanding why I was not getting an answer. Well, he has to train, right? This is all about training, right? I turned my gaze to the fight, despite desperate to try and see what Diana wanted me to witness.
Are you that weak, Incubus? You haven't landed a blow on me once!
Shut your fucking mouth!
He's probably gonna go into his demon form, my guess.
Like father, like son!
Oh shit. I didn't understand why Sarah was egging him on and insulting him, but Sam seemed up for the battle regardless of the fact using the insults as inspirational rage. What question would I fight with? What weapon would I fight with? Probably a saber. Because that's what I'm most familiar with. However, from a faint outline of Sam that I could see, I noticed something off about him. He was surrounded by heavy green and red mixed aura. The more I watched, the more the aura seemed to build and take shape around Sam's body. He's turning into a demon! I couldn't tell what it was, but it looked almost alive.
Enough!
Damn it! At once, Sam and Sarah split to the opposite side. Next time, go for surprise me. Okay, I will go for surprise. Split to the opposite side of the rooms of the open space. Panting and gasping for air around Seto was a faint white light that was diminishing with each breath he took. Around Sam, however, was a clear view of a tense red and green aura. It seemed to flicker around Sam like flames, but it didn't seem to die even when the battle was being over.
What the hell?
What is that?
Seto.
Diana pushed off the wall and walked to Sarah, wrapping an arm around him and making him gasp at the gesture. Oh my god, he is so egg. He's egg. Okay, he's egg. He looked at her in shock as she turned to Sam with a hard gaze.
It would seem that we have much to do before the siege.
Oh, no shit. When'd you get so dumb? Girl, I love you, but why are you being dumb? I'd go the lance? Probably would. I mean, it's also a good weapon. What are you talking about? Diana seemed to ignore my question. Egg. Yes, she's egg, okay? I don't know what words come out of my face hole sometimes. Diana seemed to ignore my question and she turned and began to walk toward the room exit. Wow, okay. With Seto in her arm. Sam, on the other hand, dropped to the floor and sat back against the wall, trying to calm down. Instinctively, I rushed over to him. You egg. Sam shut his eyes and forced himself to take deep breath. Each one seemed less labored than the last, but I could tell that he was working to calm his rage. Oh, what an egg. What a precious egg. We need a precious egg. We need a precious Doge at this time. I'm gonna hold him like this. Sam? Dot, dot, dot. The aura around Sam finally seemed to die down before Sam let out a heavy sigh and pressed his head against the wall. I could tell that exhaustion was weighing on him heavily, so I simply sat beside him, waiting. And everyone else is watching us.
Sam, what is going on?
I don't know what's going on either.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you think he's full of shit? He said. The Doge said yes. And Doge, you can go back up and look over the kingdom. Imagine Sam inside an egg covered by yolk. That is kind of funny. That's funny.
Sam, you had a weird aura around you.
Who's that little girl? That is Eric's wife, I think. I don't know. Ask TK.
I said I don't know.
Okay, chill out. Butt face. Sam closed his eyes and pressed his back. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Eric's wife. And pressed his back against the wall, letting his head drop to his chest. He genuinely didn't seem to know what was going on, but I became concerned. Why was his aura so strange? My thoughts, and I don't want to zip this up. My thoughts ran to the voice from the flames. The start of whatever test he had in mind. Why were Diana and Sarah involved, though? Sam finally opened his eyes and looked at me, his irises flashing gold at the sight of me. Ooh, wow. But quickly returning to emerald green as he let out a sigh. Ask if he's okay again. I need SM2 so bad. Well, you're having SM2 right here. I need to know if he was okay. I watched, however, as Sam let out another sigh, closing his eyes, and didn't reply. My worry increased, but soon enough Sam simply stood up and I stood as well with a frown. Wow, I can't read. Sam gently took my hand and walked and led me out of the room.
Hey, hold on!
Shut up, Squirt.
Me! Oh my god, it's me.
Squirt, what the hell?
Matthew, hey, chill.
Yeah, chill. I looked back to see... Yes, that. Her and Damien holding Matthew back from pouncing at Sam, but I continued with Sam out of the room. As we walked down the hall, I looked at Sam, seeing an exhaustion in his eyes grow heavier and heavier. He had used a lot of energy. Oh, we get to fuck. No, my Matthew! Matthew! I wrapped my arm around him and guided him back to our room, sitting in bed and eventually flopping back onto it with me. As he let out a relaxed grunt, I kissed his cheek. Everything okay? Obviously not.
Yeah. Just exhausted. Man, fuck that guard.
Make sure to stream bloopers at the end of your Let's Play. They're funny as hell. I'm sure they are. I smiled and hugged him, ushering him to wrap his arms around me and kiss my forehead. Oh my god.
Something really has been weird, though.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Why am I like this? Both of us went silent as we became lost in thought. Oh my god, there's a police car outside. Okay, it's gone. I knew Sam was trying to determine what happened, but I was concerned over what the voice in the flame said and how that reflected on Sam. The nightmare I had made a little more sense, but why was I involved? Because if you, I don't know, you Edgar, you agree. Yeah, I do. I agree. Oh, Sharky must be smiling somewhere about that fun. Sam and I went to bed that night. Oh my god, we didn't fuck. Both unsure of what was going on and mildly fearful of what was happening. We couldn't speak about it without knowledge of all the pieces. To yawn again. We both knew better than to take stabs in the dark. The night was uneventful, but morning wasn't the same. I didn't expect to wake up with a hand over my mouth, with an arm tied around my waist. I tried to focus my vision, but the sensation of my situation set in. I gasped and struggled to see who was keeping me captive.
Quiet.
Oh, he's Seto now. Oh wait, no. That's Seto. I thought that was... Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I stared wide-eyed, seeing Seto standing up. Great, you made me yawn. Well, you know what? Not my fault. It's Seto. And as he kept my mouth shut and held me against him with his other arm. What was even stranger was that he was using his holy magic, disabling me to use any of my energy to fight back. What the hell? Oh my god, Diana! She's coming to bang. I looked ahead to see a sight I never wanted to see. Diana straddling over... She's cheating on me? What was she... Okay, wait, hold on. Sam's waist, as he slept, I looked down with him to pure concentration. What was she doing now? Did she have something to do with what happened last night?
Patience, child.
I froze at the sound of the voice in my head. The voice was in on this act too.
She's merely following instructions. No harm will come to him.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you, TK. I don't know if I should or not, but I'm gonna trust you. This was another test, another trial Sam had to go through. What kind of elaborate scheme was this? I don't know, but I definitely am not a fan. I looked to Diana. However, I could tell that she didn't want to do whatever this voice had instructed. Her lips were curved in an almost disgusting grimace as she looked down at Sam. Oh my god! What's going on in this game? Michaela never fails to make me confused. Ever. Diana let out a small sigh before pressing her index finger to the top of her head and dragged it down her face between her eyes all the way down to her crotch. What the? The line that formed on Diana— oh my god, I don't want to know what's gonna happen. Formed on Diana's skin seemed to grow and envelop her body in a strange purple light, changing her skin and almost shrinking her form. As the magic finally settled and faded away, I gasped at the sight. Oh my god. Diana's new body was my own, without clothes. You forgot your 8 in the link. Did I? Did I forget 08? Hold on. Go back. Oh, I did. Well, crap. I'm dumb. I'm so stupid. I put that in like a trillion discords. There we go. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it, Zelly. I promise. 8. There, I fixed it. I was like, why isn't it working? Anyway, before we got distracted, Zelly, you came in at— why does Zelly always come in at sexy times? Zelly just brings the sexy. Diana's new body was my own, only without clothes. Every curve, every crevice of her body matched mine, and even the voice that came out of her mouth perfectly mirrored my own. You don't want that. I just know, baby. Sam, wake up. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. This is just not going to end well for me. I felt nauseous watching her run her fingers along Sam's hair. Just like I would. How the hell did she know anything about Sam and I interacted intimately? This was creepy and gross, and I felt myself naturally struggle against Zero to be free. Sam's eyes fluttered open and adjusted to the sight of me straddling over his hips. As Diana gave him a perfect smile, I mentally panicked. What was he going to do? Would he fall for this? No way. There was no way. Sam's eyes trailed up and down Diana's body. Just like how he would with me whenever he saw me without clothes, my heart was breaking a bit at the sight.
Get the fuck off me.
Hey, there we go. Wait, what? Sam gasped as Sam suddenly sat up, gripping Diana's neck, and began to squeeze. Instinctively, Sarah tightened his hold on me, most likely struggling to obey previous commands to stay put.
What the fuck do you think you're doing, bitch?
Sam, stop! A large part of me felt relieved that Sam could see whatever illusion Diana threw on herself. The smaller part of me began to fear Diana's neck being snapped because of it. She continued to act like me to perfection as she gripped Sam's wrist. I was mildly scared to see Sam holding Diana, who looked like a copycat of me. In the strange, messed-up way, it was like watching a movie where I was a character in the scene with watching the man I love act with an actress playing me. The more I watched Sam crush Diana's neck, the more I could imagine him doing that to me. Which made me feel fearful. He would never hurt me, but to see it happening to someone who looked and acted like me was another thing.
If this is some kind of fucked up joke to you, I will end you right now!
Diana began to cry, most likely losing air from Sam's death choke on her as she coughed. Her body began to quake from lack of oxygen. Please, Sam, it's me. It's not me, obviously.
Shut the fuck up!
If Diana dies, I'm going to quit. Sam released a hand in a kinky way. No, not in a kinky way. Like, he's choking her because she pretended to be me. She cast a spell and pretended to be me, and now she's getting choked in like a death way. Sam released a hand from Diana's neck and pushed it into her stomach, lifting her off of him and shoving her off of his lap against the far wall. Diana, but in a kinky way, not a death way, a dead way, like you're gonna die way. That's the way, but that's not a kinky way. Shoving off against the wall. Diana crumpled against the floor, curling herself over as she coughed violently and shook from the pain that obviously racked through her. Sam, however, jumped out of bed and walked to Diana, glaring down at her.
You're not her. Where is she, Diana?
Diana looked up at him, tears running down my eyes as she gripped her neck. Sam, it's me! Stop it! What if dying is my kink? Then I don't know what to tell you. And I can tell you that, hey, that's cool. Oh wait, Sam, stop it. It's me, blah, blah. Ah! If Diana dies, I quit the game and never play again. Sam quickly lifted his foot, causing Diana to flinch and cover herself with her hands over her head, bracing for impact. While I expected Sam to fall for Diana's trick at the sight of my weakness, he let the kick he was carrying up fly into Diana's stomach, slamming her against the wall. He didn't stop, however, slamming his foot again into her, rebounding her against the wall like a soccer ball. Oh my god! Yeah.
Where is she?
I can't even deal! My body began to quake at the sight of Sam kicking Diana, who was very much continued to act like me despite the barrage of pain Sam was inflicting on her. This was messed up and wrong. Why was Diana doing this? Why was she letting this happen? Yeah, what the hell is happening? Oh my god, if she dies, I'm gonna lose my brain. Fuck your directions. I began to grow fearful of Sam, instinctively placing myself in Diana's place. It was only natural since she was acting like me right now. Deep in my heart, I knew Sam would never do this to me. But the fear began to fester at the sight of him beating down an image of me.
Fear not, child. He knows very well who he is attacking. I can hear his heart crying as yours is.
What do you mean?
He despises doing this, but you have become priority. pretends to see the succubus as she really is, as he tries to get his answer. A truly interesting view.
Why can't I have the video of Diana? I shut my eyes. Diana was doing a job and Sam obviously saw through it. He wasn't attacking me. He was attacking Diana for tricking him and assuming she was hiding me from him. I opened my eyes again to see Sam lift Diana by the throat and pin her to the wall, forming a sword in his free hand and lining a tip between her eyes. Even with the blade mere inches away from her face, Diana continued to act and cry and shake in fear. I fucking don't remember his name.
I will kill you!
Within a blink, the hold on me vanished and Sam flew back from Diana, releasing her and slamming into the far wall. Oh my god, that was too real. Too real for me. I crumpled to the ground and quickly looked up to see Sarah holding Diana close to his side as his form emitted a holy white aura. The holy white aura. His eyes burned intense, dreaded hatred as white-tinted magic barriers surrounded him and Diana's bodies.
Enough!
Hi, Sam. You're shirtless. Still. Sam shook his head and jumped up. That was scary. It was scary, and I didn't want Diana to die. I jumped up, but at the sight of the real me, he instantly dropped his sword and tackled me, wrapping his arms around me and hugging me tightly.
Holy shit! You're okay!
Sam! I stared into his shoulders, feeling him shake violently as he held me. My body couldn't help but shudder with him. Feeling every ounce of his love as he gripped me tightly, he knew where his heart belonged, and it led back to me, even with unbelievable odds attempting to sway him. I wrapped my arms around Sam and buried my face into his shoulder, nodding to him. I'm right here, Sam. Sam refused to let go, digging his fingers into my shirt and pulling me even closer still into his chest. I could feel his heart beat pounding against his chest as he pressed me against him. Diana almost died. Again. I peeked over Sam's shoulder to see Diana shift back from my image to her own form, collapsing against Seto with ease. Seto lifted Diana into his arms like she was a bride who had fainted, but continued to glare back at Sam's head. Finally, Sam lifted his head and looked at Seto's, glowing a glare of his own.
Tell that bitch to stay away from me if she wants to keep breathing.
I can hear you, brute.
Yeah, really, don't be an asshole to the bae. Like, she takes priority over you. Tell him the truth. Sam was completely right to be angry. He had every right to want to hear to stay away from him. However, he also deserves to know the truth of why they did what they did. Sam, they had to. Sam looked at me with confusion, a confusion look mixed with anger, still imitating from his rage. And Diana, no doubt. I gripped Sam's shoulders and forced him to fully face me. There's a voice that keeps saying you're being tested, and said that Diana and Sarah were following the orders and testing you. I knew I was making, little to no sense. No, you're actually making no sense, but that's okay. He loves you, he'll understand. But it was the truth of the matter. Sam had to believe me. His eyes continued to flood with confusion, making me worried.
She's telling the truth.
Didn't ask you, bitch.
Oh my god, you continue to cuss at the bae, I'm gonna have to cuss at you.
She doesn't need your permission to speak, mutt.
Sam closed his eyes and pressed his lips together, most likely taking in what they had said before he glared at Seto and Diana.
Why?
Seto continued to glare at Sam in silence, but Diana lifted her head and looked back to Sam from Seto's arms.
Because it said it will ensure our victory.
Oh my god. Why does that sound like bullshit? My face. And then she's just like, I hate my life, and he's like, I'm gonna murder. Both of you rude. God rude. Yes, completely rude. Sam raised an eyebrow, slowly starting to believe that this was a false reason, but I held his arm, looking at him in hope and earnest. Sam took a moment to look at me before sighing and shaking his head.
What said that?
The voice!
Some powerful being. I don't know why, but I can feel that this being is more powerful than any of us.
Diana is correct to believe that. Yep.
Is that it?
That's not it. We have to fuck. Diana nodded and rested her head on Seto's chest, causing him to hug her body against him. Oh my god, he's so fucking whipped. Oh, thank gosh I joined at a good time. Oh, hello, Red Piano. It's nice to see you.
It won't speak its name, but we're certain we'll find out what it is.
I hope we find out what it is. I bet it's the devil. Oh my god, what if it's Grandpa? What if it's Grandpa? No spoilers if you know it, but oh my god. Hey Hawk, I hope you're doing well. It could be Grandpa. I told you no spoilers! Sam nodded before looking at the ground. It also could be the devil.
Go now.
Can you go now? We're trying to fuck. And they leave. And that was in a stunning 24 frames a second. Without another word, Sarah walked out of the room. I won't spoil anything. You better not spoil anything, TK. A room with Diana, and most likely to help her recover from training day ahead from fucking.
I'm going to kick the shit out of him in training.
Oh, a goodie. As last we were left alone, I let out a sigh and wrapped my arms around Sam, laying my forehead against his shoulder. Again. You okay? He's gonna say no.
No, I'm not. Whatever this thing that keeps testing me is, it got you involved.
Of course it did. Sam wrapped his arms around me and buried his head in my hair, letting out an aggravated sigh.
I'm sorry. Diana was pretending to be you, and
I could hear the regret in his voice. Oh my god, yeah. Slightly breaking my heart. I knew deep down that he would never hurt me and that he was just trying to find me. I was wise enough to know the reason for his anger. It's okay, Sam. I'm just trying to fuck. Sam was distraught, and he needed to ease his worries. I understood him perfectly. I hugged Sam to me and kissed his cheek as he trembled in my arms. He wrapped his arms back around me and simply let silence pass between us.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I was hoping you would know. I don't know what to say, so I simply held him until it was time to train. Did we what? I went to the Grand Hall. The Grand Hall! I'm still convinced that that's a spider. I can't tell. I went to the Grand Hall knowing Sarah would either be there expecting me or would arrive there shortly after me. Nevertheless, I was ready to train again with him. What I didn't expect was to see Sarah and Diana in the room. I quickly ducked back around the corner and listened, not wanting to disturb them if they were talking.
That damn little... How dare she...
Oh my god, what's happening?
My lady, please, calm down.
Wait, what? What was going on?
No, Zero, it is not alright. That selfish brat had the nerve to...
Zaire, please. I'm alright, I swear.
What happened?
Stop talking and let me finish.
That's what. Diana's harsh tone echoed through the hall out of the door before a soft sigh followed. I peered around the corner to watch as Diana ran her hand along Seto's cheek gingerly, tracing a mark on it with her fingers. Radiant purple light emitted from her hand as Diana glided it back and forth over Seto's skin. Seto, however, had a small smile painted over his lips as he watched her work. That should be me. Holding your hand. Nobody's gonna know that song, but if you do, lol, you're gay.
Damn her to the deepest pits of hell.
Oh my god. I relate to that word. I relate to that sentence.
You're being too harsh, my lady.
My lady!
Buskaya is being a selfish brat, Zero. I saved her from dying, and this is how she repays me? Ungrateful little...
bitch. Buskaya? I'm gonna call her Boo. I didn't understand what was happening. Demon! I didn't understand what was happening, but I could tell that there was another woman involved. Another whammon! Oh my god, another whammon! Someone named Boo. Which was really odd was that Diana was acting strange. Hi, this is Michaela's story. Nice to meet you, MC. Michaela's kind of weird. She was upset over something a girl did to Seto. It was kind of cute. No, it's not. It's not fucking cute. But it was not what I was expecting from Diana. No, it's not at all!
You're being adorable right now.
I need a safety shark. I need a safety shark. Squeaks. Hello, Mr. Lin. You tuned in right now just to see me cradling Safety Shark. Because I need some safety in my life. Get away from Hawk's Boo. Get away! Seto. This is Sam's route, and Sam is my other boo, but Diana will always take over as the #1 boo. Who's in the chat, by the way? A couple of you in here. You're being adorable right now. I don't want to read that anymore. Diana suddenly stopped moving and looked up in surprise. A large blush splashed across her cheeks. That should be me making her blush like that. Sarah growing bolder, Diana lifted a hand up between them and placed it under her chin, lifting her head slightly.
I promise that I'm alright. She barely scratched me.
I wish she killed you.
But she...
Loves her mistress very much, just like I do. She couldn't help it. I did try to surprise you, after all. She was startled and wanted to protect you, just like I would have. Oh, shit. I almost just fell off my chair. It's not okay. Mickey Love said, I don't care! I love Diana! This is the worst love story ever. Mika, I can see you playing Tomb Raider Anniversary. Don't fall. I don't know why my chair didn't move back. Oh, because my mic stand was in the way. I'm getting a new microphone, by the way. Very soon. Okay, Safety Shark. Are we ready to do this? I think we might be ready again. And we can kill Seto. We can kill Seto and replace it with you. Like, clone you. Wasn't you who said share? Listen. I am sure you do not want to share Matthew with his wife. You don't want to. And every time you had to play a different route, you were like, I don't really like that too much. That's how I feel. Unless you didn't feel that way, and I'm just like, being a pleb. Okay. Come on, Safety Shark. We're gonna cuddle. Zio is a nice person. I don't care! Zio, I know that the voice actor and the character are two different things. Unless that's actually the name of the person. I don't know! Diana grumbled and pressed her lips into a fine line, and she stared down at his chest.
She still attacked you.
Oh my god!
Which I'm sure she's very sorry for. Let it go.
Let it go! Let it go! And come back into my arms! I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. Oh my god. Diana moved his hand in to cup Diana's cheek. But IRL Zio loves Matthew just like her character. Yes. But I'm still kind of sure that you're like, Sarah moved his hand to cup Diana's cheek, rubbing his thumb along her cheek, but Diana closed her eyes but didn't lean into his hand. Yeah, she better not. That's cheating.
You know, you didn't yell at me for saying your name.
I'm going to! You want someone to yell at you?
My priority was not correcting you.
You should correct him.
You were concerned about me.
I'm gonna cry. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I question, but I don't wish death. I can wish death upon a fictional character. They're not real. And it's not like I hate him, I just hate when he tries to take my girl. We must let bygones be bygones. As I cry myself right now.
Yes, I was. Why wouldn't I be?
Because you have me! Who's Snapchatting me? Hold on, Snapchat break. Oh, it's a turtle. But Sarah is canon for Diana's BF? Yes. But you know what's not canon? Pethu. Take note, future lovers of Hawk. Y'all are fine, but if y'all do anything to her lover, then y'all gonna get your butt kicked. I don't care if it's canon. You know what's canon? Me loving Diana. That's canon. Make it canon. I don't care. I'm gonna... You need to be more safety, Shark. I can't live like this. You know what's canon? Mathlix. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Sarah frowned a bit as if I get 10k, it can be. Plus, Pethu is a one night fling, not a full relationship. Michaela's not here. Make Hawk ex Diana canon. Alex, Matt is devil. He has no emotion. Yeah, but apparently the demons didn't understand emotions either. I can't understand emotions. Because I'm just a broken soul. Sarah frowned a bit as you're distracting all of you. Sarah frowned a bit as Diana opened her eyes and looked up at him. I swear to God, if he leans in, trying to appear unfazed at his teasing. However, the blush that still radiated from her face didn't lie. Every line, I get like one line and I talk for 75 years.
Why are you concerned about me, Azair? You've protected me my whole life when it's my job to protect you.
Because you're a little bitch boy. Yeah, ... because she's in love with someone else.
You didn't correct me again.
I don't think she cares! Because she's in love with me! Demons can feel emotion, demons can feel emotions. They deny them, and by that logic, Diana can't love you. Yeah, but Matthew can't love you either! If I can't have Diana, no one can have anybody! I'm trying to love my shark here, and you're all, like, making it hard. Let the shippers ship what they want. Damn it, somebody's talking to me. Okay, next thing. Let shippers ship. Yes, please, thank you. Silence followed as Sarah waited for her to answer. I was curious myself, especially since she seemed to not reciprocate Sarah's feelings. I just upset about you picking on my angel boy, Sarah. I mean, I like Sarah as a character. I do. I really do like him as a character. But he's stepping in an area. He's making moves toward my girl, and I don't like that. He's a great character, I'm sure. I haven't played enough of the game yet to know. I'm sure he's a wonderful character. But when he takes steps toward Diana, no. This is going to be a long game. Since Silence followed as Soda waited for her to answer. I'm hungry. I want a peanut butter. I want a peanut butter. Excuse myself, especially since she didn't expect it. Diana closed her eyes and took a small breath before finally replying.
I care about you, Zero. You've been by my side ever since we were mere children. Every time you've gotten hurt,
Love me harder, Shark. Please. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be sad. While I watched in awe as Santa brought her hand up and ran her fingers along the scar on his chest between the lapels of his jacket. Sarah stared as Diana traced around it, her face painted in sadness. Because I'm not there with her.
I know you vowed to protect me with your life, but that doesn't mean you must accept every wound on your body as insignificant.
I think... S.E. and by denying Seto his love, you're also hurting Diana. That's not how it works in the canon route. My canon route. In the canon route, she's just like, bitch, I love you. And then I'm like, okay, I love you too, B. And then she's like, okay, let's fuck. I'm throwing these because Happy Pride Month, and two, I'm trying to come up with a ship name for Hawk and Diana. It's Hyena. H-I-A-N-A. Hyena. It was decided a long time ago. Let Hawk love. Thank you. Diana closed her eyes, forming a fist against Seto's chest and clenching it hard. Punch him in the face. The scar must have had significance to make her that upset. Who's messaging me? Seduce is on sale. Stops the game right now and goes and gets it. Thanks. Let Hawk love. Yes, let me love. Let me be happy. I am, but my logic is let Sarah love just as much as you. I mean, I could live through Sarah, but that wouldn't make me happy. I want to be sad! Let me be sad! I bit my lower lip. I was watching this unfold, unsure of what to do. Should I leave them be? Should I interrupt? Did I have to train? Safety Shark, I'm gonna need you right now. So bad. I can't. Jeopardy theme song. I can't. I know this is my ending with Sam, and I know might be happy. Might be happy. I'm engaged to the dude. Oh my god. Hawk, save and just save and come back. You got this. I'll save. Be responsible. Okay, yeah. Don't be just responsible as IRL. Like, save and come back later. I mean, I feel like this happens regardless of what you do. Be responsible, busts in. I mean, yes, that's what I would do. But... oh my god. Entity, please give me strength, because I'm gonna need it. I didn't want to be rude. Whatever they had to settle, I needed to be patient. I stuck close. Actually, you can deny them love with certain choices. I'm sure I can, but I'm just trying to get through this route. I need to finish this route. I need to finish one route per game, because Diana's really short, and I did that twice. So this has to be done at least once. And I only been streaming for like, what, an hour? I didn't want to be rude, or they had to settle. I need to be patient. I stuck close to the wall behind me and listened further, peeking to barely see what was going on.
It still bothers me. I thought I was going to lose you that day.
But you stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
I did. That was the day before you signed your life away to me. A stupid decision.
This makes me sad. I stared wide-eyed as Sarah cupped Diana's cheek and forced her to look up at him, making her gasp and meet his gaze in surprise. If this is a fucking art...
Stop.
Oh.
I won't let you think that my decision was a mistake.
Diana closed her eyes and leaned her... Diana closed her eyes and leaned her cheek ever so slightly against Seto's hand, making him visibly inhale a breath of surprise.
I don't think I will ever understand you. Even after all of these years, I still don't understand your devotion.
Just imagine she's saying it to you. That makes everything better. Diana let out a small sigh before stepping away and looking up at Seto with a serious expression.
I should go. The boys will be waiting for me to train them, and your student will be here soon.
I'm already here, bitch! Their backstory is tragic. Sarah was... I'm sure it was... I'll stop before I spoil things. I'm sure it was tragic, and I'm sure it makes him a great character, but I don't like that he steps toward my boo. Without letting Seto reply, Diana turned and walked toward the door. I stepped away from the hiding spot, not wanting Diana to know I was eavesdropping. As I came into her view, she froze for a second before continuing out on the room and down the hall. Bye, lol. Seto watched as she left, staring back at her until it vanished beyond the doorframe. I looked over and finally walked toward Seto, not wanting to interrupt her gaze with my presence.
She really can't see it.
I guess not. Seto? Oh my god, so much text. Bam, there we go. Seto finally turned and looked at me with his eyes drowned in hopelessness. Oh my god, my eyes every day. It was almost heartbreaking. They've known each other for hundreds of years, and you've known Diana, what, 3? I don't know. I mean, I've known people for like 10 years, and it's still just a friendship. There's nothing else involved in that. They could like me for all I know, and I'm still not gonna tell them, "Hey, let's date." Seto finally turned and looked at me with eyes drowned in hopelessness. Like I said, me. It was almost heartbreaking to see his face so heavy and down. He seems to have completely confided in me with this new expression. I feel a form of sadness, but my mind is mostly like, ooh, Seto got friend zoned. He got cock blocked. And I didn't get my clam jammed. With me, no expression, because I was positive that it was an emotion he hid very well from mostly everyone. Seto finally looked to the ground.
My lady doesn't understand love. She's always been told that love for her is impossible because of who she is, no matter how much she dreams of it. Because of that, she can't recognize it, even when it's standing right in front of her.
Oh my god. Don't say anything. I can't. I was responsible. I didn't barge in, so you can't fault me for that. But I'm gonna have to just not say anything. I couldn't really say anything about it. The relationship was not my concern, as heartless as that sounded. Oh my god, that makes me sound like a bitch. All I wanted to do was defeat the Demon Lord and go home. I felt a little bad, but I knew where my priorities were. After a brief moment, Sarah let out a sigh, closing his eyes. He turned to me, and with his open eyes, my relentless trainer had appeared with a serious look on his face. Without having to say anything to me, he stepped back and summoned his spear. That was a fast turnaround. Yeah, no kidding. He placed a foot behind him. Okay, Safety Shark. Thank you for your help. Mwah. You can go back up here. Don't fall over. Shout out to Safety Shark. He placed a foot behind him and prepared himself into a stance. Wait, was he going to materialize my weapon? How was I... Seto suddenly charged at me, making my screech and dodge out of the way. What was he doing? Seto!
What are you waiting for? Summon your weapons!
I don't know how to! What? He wasn't being serious, right? He expected me to use magic? I feel sorry that you both have no idea what SM2 and the stuff inside. I know some of the SM2 stuff. Because, I don't know, the creator keeps spoiling it for everyone. You expected me to use magic, that was impossible. No, it wasn't. And as I managed to duck and dodge his attacks, my fingertips began to tingle. Energy rushed through my veins and under my skin, tickling my nerves. It was unnatural, but somehow I felt comfortable with it. Was it truly magic at work, or was I just nervous, not wanting to be skewered? My camera's getting a bit blurry. Let me do this. There we go. I was just nervous, I'm not wanting to be skewered. Try! I had to try better. I jumped away from Seto and quickly closed my eyes, focusing on my hand, I needed a weapon. With my hand, I formulated a handle of lavender mist. It glistened before finally shifting into the form of a sword I was used to, gripping it, feeling it physically in my hand. I smirked and turned back to Seto, bracing for another attack. Dodge. I bent back, watching the blade swipe over my body through the air. As I quickly straightened up, I noticed how open his body was for an attack. Like a repeat memory, I attacked him, clashing my weapon with his multiple times. The chime of our weapons smashing against each other rang through the room, the sound almost piercing my mind. It wasn't noise I was ever going to get used to. We trained all day again. Like last time, we trained for hours on end, stopping once or twice for a break. However, I could feel my body slowly getting used to the feeling of swinging a weapon and defending myself. At least, I would be prepared in case something were to happen. As the sun began to set, the purple sky began to darken. We stopped once again for the third and most likely final break. Seto stretched, and I let out a small yawn as he did the same. I think I'm getting used to this. A chuckle escaped Seto's throat as he rose from one of his stretches. What stopped both of us from laughing was the echo conversation in the hall softly reverberated in the room. Huh?
Are you sure? Another kingdom wants to join the rebellion?
Hello, Faye.
It would seem so. Diana isn't happy about it, though.
Oh, fuck.
Why not? The leader of that kingdom is so handsome!
Oh, no. Here we go.
He was indeed, but an alliance through marriage?
Oh, good. Here we go.
Oh, come on! You can't tell me I'm the only one who can see it! I can see them being a beautiful king and queen!
Oh my god! Is this real? What is happening? What is happening? I can't function as a normal human anymore.
I don't think she will marry him, despite it being a wise choice.
Yeah, she's gonna marry me instead.
She would be stupid not to.
I'm the guy they're talking about. I run the kingdom.
Well, the last time she signed her life away to marriage, her entire family was killed off while she was away. I don't think she could ever let marriage control her again. Oh
yeah, her family's dead.
I guess... Man, the only person she has now is that guard.
And me! My curiosity took a hold of me, causing me to hug the wall near the door, listening in further. Seto, however, remained where he was, looking toward the ground.
I wonder how they met. He's not an incubus, but he's mega powerful.
He's an angel, stupid. Duh.
He is indeed very skilled. I'm slightly jealous of her for having such a devoted guard.
In a way, I kinda am too.
Devoted? He's crazy! I've heard them talk in private before. He keeps saying that he's in love with her. Love!
Yeah, but he's not a yandere. Wait, I'm being dumb, I think. You might be, I don't know. You act You act nonchalant about your girlfriend's parents' death. Yes, very nonchalant. Oh yeah, her parents are dead. Because I already know what happened with her parents. I'm like, oh yeah, her parents died. I mean, what else am I gonna say? Supposed to be sad about that? Like, I already know her parents are dead.
That is very odd. However, I wouldn't be surprised if her natural aura has affected him after years of servitude. I believe he's been with her since they were children, so that's over 100 years of protecting her and being close.
Yeah, he's probably just enthralled by her. She enthralls everyone she meets.
I know! It's kind of annoying.
A pure-blooded succubus will do that. At least she's the only pure-blooded demon of Lilith in the world.
The only reason Seto ever act bad is if you show negative human emotions like selfishness. Well, he doesn't know I'm being selfish right now.
That we know of, at least.
There's something about Lilith. Wasn't Lilith the first succubus? Or something like that? I don't know. Thought I heard something about that somewhere. Don't spoil it. The conversation trailed off as the pair moved away from the room, and I looked back at Seto, seeing him grip his spear and grit his teeth. He didn't seem to like the way Rabbit and Faye had to say. Seto? Are you okay? Obviously he's not. Seto looked up at me with a dull glaze over his eyes. From the expression on his face, I could tell that he had heard the things like that before, but he seemed to affect him emotionally. I frowned and walked over to him as he shook his head.
What they said about her marriage was true. When the Demon Lord's heirs left the demon world, my lady left to go after them. However, while she was gone, the Demon Lord attacked this castle. This is from Mickey's mouth, and yes, Lilith was the there. Not really a spoiler. I thought that was like something had to do with Lilith.